Welcome to our latest vlogcast. On the line I have Marianne DePierre, your esteemed tutor. We need to tell you that there are planes flying overhead practicing for river fire, so there may be sudden moments where the walls shake. Just take it as a lesson in how to build drama into a scene. Hey Marianne, how are you?
Good, thank you, Dr. Kim.
Hey, let's talk about setting. You've been talking to me about integrating description of setting and how that kind of works. What have you got for us today?
Yeah, well, I see, some people are writing historical or speculative pieces, and so what I see is a tendency to want to stop and explain the world we're in or, the situation we're in rather than letting it kind of seep in through the narrative and through the dialogue.
Okay.
Yeah,
so have you got any tips for
that's one of the great skills. Sorry, Kim.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think we're going to say the same thing. How do you do it? What are some of the ways of integrating that stuff?
Dialogue is a fantastic way of getting little snippets in about what's happening in the world. And in fact, I remember seeing one comment that said, I've learned more about the world in this one line of dialogue than the previous paragraph.
Oh, wow.
So, you can reveal all sorts of things. You can reveal,
There it comes, Marianne.
anything as simple as the weather through to, something as complex as, whether there's two poles or no poles on the world,
Oh, I've got a plane this time.
It's crazy.
It's so exciting, right? Except, in places where they're actually dropping bombs.
Oh!
I have to wait until it passes everybody because Marianne can't hear at her end when they go over.
Oh, sorry about that pregnant pause.
That's all right. I explained to the viewers at home. So one of the things though with doing it in dialogue is you can't just put it in directly, right? I mean, there's that old joke, as you know, Bob, in our world. So you can't do it as you know, Bob. You have to sort of get it in another way.
It's got to be subtle.
Yeah, by
stealth.
It's got to be subtle.
And I think the way to do that is to put, it comes back to that old point of view thing. If you're using dialogue to convey what's going on in the world, if you put yourself in the head of that character, then and that character that knows that world, it's going to seep out organically.
Yeah. All right.
And if you do need to get across bits of information through the narrative, then don't just kind of stop the story and we'll have a paragraph of what the hell's going on, but you might have a sentence here and a sentence there, and it'll be interspersed between dialogue and action. So
yeah. No, that sounds like good advice. Let's move on to the other thing we're going to talk about today, and this is a bit of a sort of sentence level thing. We were going to talk about verbs and adverbs.
Yeah. So obviously, strong verbs make strong writing, and adverbs tend to weaken your writing. So be judicious with them. Generally, obviously, we know that they often end in ly, so go through and do an ly hunt and see where there's places where you can actually take them out. But strong verbs what's the term? They can make the writing quite muscular. There's an energy to it. So really think hard about your word choices, because word choices, the better the word choices are, then the more clear and concise and compelling your writing will be.
I think it's not a bad idea. Like if students or writers find a piece of their writing that they know is not good, but they know it's not bad either. So just that sort of mediocre, run-of-the-mill sort of writing. One of the best things to do is to go and circle all the verbs. And there's a few that you've really got to look out for, a few that are really weak. The verb to go. He went here or he went there. She went into the room. I mean, you could do so much with that, right? It could be she strode into the room, or she sneaked into the room, or she shuffled into the room. You can do so much with that. And the other one is, of course, to be. Yeah. So that's always one to look out for. And I just need to be really clear here because I know some of these students also are interested in grammar. Strong and weak verbs grammatically are quite different from what we're talking about. We're talking about strong and weak verbs creatively. And the irony is, of course, that often the strongest verbs grammatically are the weakest verbs creatively.
Yes.
Because obviously to be and to go are two
good
examples.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They don't work very hard to be and to go.
The thing that I've seen, which I've been really happy about, was with tags. Just on another issue, is that people, not overdoing. With tags, they're not using too many adverbs with tags, but
you mean speech tags?
Yeah. So, but I mean, I've said this twice already on the announcements, but I'm really happy with the level of critique in Kim. It's been fantastic.
That's great.
I'm going through thinking, well, that's already been said, and that's already been said, and that's already been said. I don't have to say any of those things. So really, well done, all of you.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Go, you guys. All right, I might wrap it up there, and we'll talk in a couple of weeks. I'll be at the Frankfurt Book Fair, I think, next time we talk. Or maybe we won't be able to talk till I get back because I don't know how I'll do a screen capture from Frankfurt. But we'll talk
from Frankfurt.
Yeah, from Frankfurt, from the book fair where I'm going.
Wow.
Because I'm kind of important.
Yeah.
Hashtag kind of a big deal. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye.